Hi everybody, so glad you're here, and you probably noticed that it looks a bit different from when I was dealing the cards out, and it's because I've moved the light around a little bit so that it's a bit more easy for people to see the cards because it was a bit glum, a bit dark. So hopefully this will help a little bit. All right, now this reading is for Taurus. We're into the earth signs here, the practical, solidly moving forward, thinking, salt of the earth people. Now, this is for the 1st to the 15th of April. So I'm glad you could join me, and I hope there's something in here that reflects what's going on in your life. Now, this is a general reading, so the cards that have popped out or that I've been drawn to is for the majority of people. And there may just be one card here that matches a situation for you. Or it could be that the next reading is the one that gives you a greater amount of advice. All right, well, let's get started. Let's see where these cards take us. And let's start up in the corner. Now, we've got the Knight of Wands in reverse, the Sun in reverse, and the Five of Cups. Now, has there been a change of people round about you? And this could be something that, it could be work, it could be someone in your social group, it could be college, it could be someone who's taking control of actions round about you. And they're pretty domineering. It could be that this is someone new in your social group. It could be a new manager. Or it could be someone who you've known for a while, but has maybe developed new skills or has had a level up in their job, and it's possibly gone to their head a little bit. Or it could just be that this is this person's personality and they've always been like this. Now, this person here enjoys getting their own way. They enjoy going in and creating a little bit of havoc. Now, they may see it as livening things up, or bringing out a challenging conversation. But for other people, they just go out of their way to cause arguments, and conflict between people, and they seem to enjoy that. And as long as things are going their own way, then that's all good. Now, for everyone else, that's not so good. It could be that having this person round about just takes the edge off the lightness and the happiness of the moment. And it could be that because of this person's ego and self-serving ways, that the people round about him or her, they may have to smile even though They really don't want to. And they put across this impression of, being happy round about this person. And it could be because they don't want to be the next focus for this person's harsh mouth. It could be that, if this is you in particular, that this person could be wearing you down, that their focus is already on you. And it's just one more thing that you have to put up with. And that's how you feel, that you're fed up with the whole thing, and it's just, you can't be bothered. And it actually makes you feel that you just don't want to be around this person anymore, because they're taking away fun. And it could be with the Five of Cups here that you really do notice this lack of fun. It feels like a heavy weight on your shoulders. You feel that, all of the good times that you had with your friends in your past seems to have all disappeared. And although you still do have those moments of feeling happiness, the general loss of the lightness round about you is something that isn't really going to go away while this person is round about you. And it's something that you could feel a little bit annoyed about, a little bit bitter about. Because you really do have a feeling of loss here. Now let's move on to the next three cards, and we've got the Ace of Swords, the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and the Magician. Now, is it possible that this person who's came sweeping in and used their personality to stir things up, come in with a cleaning brush and sweep away things that he deems unimportant, because they only want things that suits them round about them, and they don't mind breaking a few eggs as they go. Now, this person could also feel that they're right in acting this way. Do they feel that that is their role? Do they feel that as their position, if this is someone from work or a managerial role or a tutor or whatever the relationship is, do they feel that, this should be the impression that they should be giving? That they should be pulling back and looking at the bigger picture and deciding what should and should not happen. And they don't mind if they cause upset along the way. Because at the end of the day, what happens is their decision. Now, with the Six of Pentacles in reverse here, that really isn't going to go down very well. And people will get sick and tired of having the lightness within the life removed. And their patience and the amount of time that they're going to give this person isn't going to help in whatever task it is that they're there to do, because they have taken away any generosity with their attitude. And it could be that, this person who has come in and has a leadership role, are they there to make changes? Do they have a bigger plan that is going to sweep through the world as you've known it and possibly completely change it? Because they have a new regime that they want to bring in. They have a plan of a better way of working, and they want to create that. They want that to begin moving as quickly as possible, and that could be why they are behaving this way and making the decisions that they are, because they want to be seen in a leadership role and not be contested, because they have many changes that they need to implement. But that does not mean that they get to treat people in, a nasty or uncharitable or, bullying manner. Let's move down to the next set of cards. And we've got the Emperor. We've got the Page of Cups in reverse. And the Three of Swords. Now, with the Emperor being underneath the Knight of Wands in reverse here, even though this person is not maybe endearing himself to the people round about him, they have a role, a management role, a role to bring in order, to create a system in which things run more smoothly. So they are there to create this new system. And they want everything to be more logical and to have a greater stability, because they want longevity in whatever this is, because there is the responsibility. And the responsibility of creating this new system gives the responsibility for the future. Now, with the Page of Cups in reverse here, do people in general not trust this person because of the way they've come sweeping in and made wide-changing decisions, not treated people very well, and created new ways of doing things and brought in new policies and order around? So there could be more discipline involved here as well. So the trust may have been greatly diminished with the actions of all of those different things all brought together. And there's also the loss of the familiarity of what was before, because all of these changes seem to have been quite sweeping. They've taken place within a short space of time. So this is difficult. This is something that is going to make you feel burnt out. It is going to take away, your comfortable moment. It's going to take away that feeling of being around people that you know and love. So it's going to take away the easiness, because you're not going to be able to have those people round about you in a social way, in a positive way, because those options are going to be taken away here, because this new sweeping brush is going to be task orientated. It's going to make you need to produce a lot more. So the social side of things is going to disappear. And that is something, that is a loss that you feel dearly. And with the Three of Swords underneath the Five of Cups, it's not good news. This is something that's quite painful, because it takes away the happiness of being in this working environment. It takes away, the trust in people as well, because this new order could also instigate a blame society. Because if people are being held accountable for what they are or are not doing, then the whole easiness is going to disappear. Now, the next set of cards we have here is the Hermit in reverse, Strength, and the Ten of Swords in reverse, sorry. So because of this less social environment that you have here, are you maybe pulling back in to yourself? Are you maybe feeling a little bit paranoid, as if you're being watched all the time? Because this is more about being work orientated, and a need to perform tasks than, continue your social life. So it has generated a feeling of just being a number, not being part of a community, but a number that is disposable. So there is a state of pulling within yourself and, a feeling of being watched. And that has totally transformed, the environment that you have been in. And it's totally understandable then of why you're feeling this huge loss. But the thing is that you have what it takes within you to understand everything that's going on here. You know that there are certain things that are out with your control. You know, someone's came in to do a piece of work that involves tough decisions. And things are changing, systems are changing, new orders coming in. It's all very painful. But you can cope with all of those things. Be kind to yourself. Be compassionate with yourself. And no matter how difficult you find all of these changes and all of these reactions, you can manage it. You can't change what is out of your control, so focus on what is in your control, and that's your personal power. How you deal with situations. Now, it could be extremely easy to, with the Ten of Swords in reverse here, show exactly how you feel in a temperamental way, that you can let your lion roar, and let everybody know that this whole new system is just not on. But the thing is, that wouldn't do you any good, and it would make you feel possibly worse in the long run, because then you would have drawn attention by the people that you really don't want to have on your back. So that if you acknowledge all of those feelings and find a way to integrate them into your day, and to find methods of transforming those feelings and shaking them loose from you. Because at the end of the day, this is an external situation. Because what matters is you, what you can control. And there's no point in, having a moment of drama here and not letting things drop and, digging your heels in. Because this is something that is over your head. Control yourself. Control the things that are within your power. You may not like the new people that are coming in. You may not like that, the way that things are done have changed. But those things haven't changed you as a person. You're still the same. So don't let this situation change who you are. All right, I'm going to leave it there. And I think that this reading is about finding your own strength in amidst and in amongst, let's just say in amongst all of the turmoil that's going on round about you and all of the changes. The one consistency that is there is you and how you deal with challenges. Show your strength. You got it. All right. Bye, Taurus. Thanks for joining me and have a great couple of weeks. See you later. Bye.